And good evening, Commanders! And right on, welcome back to Elite Dangerous Odyssey Alpha number 4. We are here with the latest version. The latest version. I don't know how different this version is to anything else that we've already experienced, but maybe we'll find out. What I do know is I have one of my saves has come back, and I have a new ship, or I have my old ship in the new place. Got very, very complicated. Very complicated indeed. So this is Alpha 4. Now I haven't seen the Frontier stream because I have dinner between 7 and 8, so it's the wrong time for me. So has anything cool gone on while I've been offline? Is my first question. And anyway, lovely to see you all. Lots of people. Japula, finally able to catch a live stream. My internet keeps crapping out. Oh no. I hope it fixes itself. Just watched a bit of the Frontier stream. The mail slot mayhem is fun. Okay. Did I catch the Discovery Scanner stream? No, I haven't seen that one, but I will try and catch it. Kay explains why we can see the stars through the atmospheres. Okay, I will go watch that. I'm curious because I don't think they should be there. But anyway, there we go. Today they're just doing mail slot madness, and they're still going at it. Okay. I thought there was. I don't know. Maybe I got the impression they were going to be giving us some funky screenshots or something of the new Odyssey tech. Did that not happen? Okay, interesting. All right. I thought. I'm sure I heard that somewhere that we were going to see not actually kind of in game, but we were going to get some screenshots of funky stuff. Oh, so they did do some screenshots. So what did that look like? Did it look good? Because that's obviously potentially quite interesting. Dr. K said it was a compromise for artistic appeal. Well, that's okay. I'll give them that. I'm happy with that answer from Dr. K. I was going to say Dr. K should not be telling me there's a scientific reason for seeing stars in the sky of those things at all. I was like, really? What? No. Okay, that's good. So artistic is good. Okay, so it looks good. Coloured skies. Okay, so that's. Okay, I mean, we can't really be expecting weather or anything like that, clouds. Maybe some high altitude mistiness. Because, I mean, Mars today, as I'm sure you guys all know, has a very, very low atmospheric pressure, and yet still hosts dust storms and some clouds. We could expect those at some point, but I'm guessing Odyssey is going to be a base upon which other stuff is it's developed. It's a baseline, isn't it? And you're going to put other stuff on top of it, and maybe clouds and things like that are coming. Clouds would be cool. I would like to see some clouds. Specifically, Dr. K almost said that they did it for visual contrast for when we get thicker atmospheres, but had to stop herself. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so she was kind of reined back from talking about thicker atmospheres in the future. Okay, well that doesn't sound all that surprising, does it really? But she's probably not allowed to say anything like that. So okay, well that's interesting. So coloured skies are coming. So coloured skies are going to be partly due to the colour of the star, I would guess, and partly due to the atmosphere, because carbon dioxide, nitrogen are going to be relatively common, I would have thought. Methane atmospheres are probably fairly common in slightly colder areas, so it'll be interesting to see what that looks like. So okay, so that's good. I don't mind that. Lots of different skies. Okay, so that's so there's going to be a lot more screenshots coming your way of people in front of SRVs, in front of ASPs, in front of coloured skies. Thank you for the subscriptions, by the way, and thank you for the follows there for you people popping up in the chats. Really appreciate that. So that's lovely. So right, so we are here in Alpha 4 now. For those of you who haven't seen Alpha 4, I imagine there's a few bug fixes, but I don't think a vast amount has changed other than dear Commander Jenny Birmingham. We didn't really get to say goodbye to Jenny Birmingham. My erstwhile commander, who was with us throughout the first part of our. She's gone. She's been overridden. She's just poof into the ether. And that's the last we will see of Jenny Birmingham, alas. There's a sneaky trick to get to visit certain permit systems. Okay, we need to do that travelling thing. So anyway, I am here in. Well, this is interesting because I started off in. My home system. I put my ship back into my home system, and which is the Eulexia system in the bubble. And at that point, when I logged back into the Alpha 4, I was still there, which sort of seemed to be okay. And then I couldn't disembark. I couldn't go anywhere. So that was a bit of a problem. And then when I logged back in again, I'd been moved to wherever this is. So I don't know where I am now, but this is where I am now. Presumably inside the Alpha bubble or something like that. So I'm not quite sure what that is all about, but there we go. So right. So anyway, let's go. So who am I now? I'm actually, believe it or not, I am Alessia Verdi. So this is a character who's been part of the Elite lore for a while. So this is the first official outing of Alessia Verdi. Oddly enough, fresh from the attempted murder of Sassia Bianchi. But I've got no idea at the moment where Sassia Bianchi is. So for those of you who are following Elite Retribution, so this is because we're an alpha. This is a parallel universe, all right. But no, poor old Jenny is gone. But there we go. Freaky Deaky Dude is here as well. So good to see a few of you. Right, so let's have a wander around. I think I've got my flashlight on. Don't know why I've got that on. So first things first. No noticeable change for me in terms of FPS or anything like that. I've put the FPS counter on, so you can kind of get a feel for what's happening. I'm just going to tweak the desktop volume down there a little bit. I can still hear my computer working really hard trying to run this. So the fans are, it's already getting quite, I might have to bring the, effectively, I'm going to go and do it. Just excuse me for a moment because the room is heating up quite quickly with the door closed. So I'm going to open the window. There may be some space birds, okay? So just hold for a moment. Yeah, there are space birds. So there we go. Just a word on the performance specs. So my PC is an i7 6800 and 60 gigabytes of RAM. It's SSD, and I have a 1070 GTX NVIDIA card. So and as you can see here, I am running the game in Ultra, so I'm just wondering whether or not I should tweak that down. And I am seeing some a few dropped frames as well, so I don't know if that's my internet. It's going up and down, so apologies, there may be a few glitches. So I'm just going to have a little play actually with the performance. So yes, so the space birds you can hear in the background. I'm having to open the window because my PC is running hot now. I can hear the fans really pushing. So I'm just going to have a look at the graphics settings for a moment while we're here. I've left it in its default, which was Ultra. Okay, so I'm going to switch it down to high and see if that gives my PC a slightly better time. Right, okay, so the FPS has now jumped to 55, which is all right. It's definitely smoother. I don't know what. I think I've lost some reflections or something as a result. So there we go. So it's pushing my PC very much to the edge. Lower the resolutions on just the shadows. Apparently sorts it. Okay. Put super sampling down. Okay. Oh, that's the dog. Let's just try that as well. Okay. So where's that then? Graphics. Where do I find that? Is that a quality setting? Here we go. So shadow quality high. Put super sampling down. Okay. So I've got super sampling at 1. Do I put that down at 0.5? Is that down? Let me try that, and let me put shadow quality down to medium, maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of guessing. So yeah, apologies for the space birds, but there we are. Oh, that looks really bad. What happened there? Even the menu looks awful now. A space dog, yeah. Okay, so now that looks really bad. FPS is good, but yeah, that looks dreadful. So I'm not using that. That makes it look like I've got something really bad. Okay, so hang on. What's that change there? That wasn't good. Super sampling. Okay, so 0.85 you reckon? Okay, let's try that. Okay, that looks better. Okay, so resume. Right, how does that look? That doesn't look too bad. And I've now got 60 frames per second, which I certainly didn't have before. So that's kind of quite good. So I've halved my resolution. I say half. That's what super sampling does. Okay. So I play on a normal HD monitor. So there we go. Looks better than previous Dogs of Law. That's my dear old 13-year-old, believe it or not, chocolate Labrador who's hasn't got many of her marbles left, but likes a good bark. Anyway, there we go. Right, so that's actually helped. I don't know what I've kind of lost quality-wise. I mean, it doesn't look as sharp, but it doesn't look too bad, and things are definitely smoother. So that's good. Has anything else changed? Well, not obviously to me. The mission givers are still kind of just loitering around in this kind of really kind of not very immersive way. Now I don't know, because we've learned a few things about the alpha, haven't we? That we're on a branch of the code that is at least 8 weeks separate from the main branch. So what we're seeing here may not really be at all representative of the game that we're going to get on the 19th. And what we don't really know, of course, is how representative this is. Is this stuff just placeholder? It's not clear to me. Even I spent an hour or so over lunchtime today reading through the forums, trying to get a feel for it, for what we might expect. And I the jury seems to be out. We're on a different branch. They have been testing some quite specific things. Is what we're seeing here representative of the final game in sense of the way that the NPCs work, the way that we've only got limited basic layouts for the starports? I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. I'm kind of hoping that Frontier has kept a lot back, maybe. But who knows? Who knows? Is Sleepy Pete right? Sleepy Pete is normally over here around the corner. Is he still there? So Sleepy Pete, there he is. And he's still asleep. He looks like he's not too far from waking up, but he's still asleep. Dear old Sleepy Pete. Now, actually, one of the the rest of this is all looking quite good. I'm trying not to turn around too fast. I mean, stuff is happening out there. I mean, there's that looks like it. That's an anaconda, isn't it? A very battered anaconda. So I'm wondering if that is actually, that looks like a player is hanging around outside the window, which is quite cool. I don't know who that would be, but I'm pretty sure that can't be an NPC just kind of hanging around there. So that's good. So you can kind of interact there. And as we discovered last week, this building here is actually really, really rather small. So that's quite interesting. Again, the Discovery Scan stream was really good for info about what they're changing in terms of NPCs, mainly in relation to the Pew Pew. So, okay, so I did a little bit of Pew Pew last week. As you saw, I wasn't very good at it, but we did kind of get there in the end. But the first thing first. Now, Alessia Verdi, who is, as we are playing here, as you can see, there she is, has an Imperial Clipper. So the first thing I think we should go and do is go and have a look at an Imperial Clipper, because there's a few things it tells us about the game in terms of what stuff like that looks like. So let's go to the hangar and hope the ship is there, because last week my ship kept getting pinched. Right, so there we go. We're in the hangar, and it appears that the ship is there, which is awesome news. There's still stuff all over the floor. So I don't know if this is stuff just for the alpha. There seems to be a lot of debris around. I mean, there you go. That's that one. Vega juice. So yeah, and people leaving stuff everywhere. So, but there we go. There is, and I'm assuming this is a large pad, isn't it? So this is a large pad in Odyssey with an Imperial Clipper, as you can see. And it is not a small amount of space, is it? I mean, I don't know how long a huge pad is. I think the Imperial Clipper is about 100 meters long. It's a wide ship rather than a long ship, but even so, that is that's a big ship. So there you go. That's a huge pad. It's going to take you a long. I mean, this pad can accommodate an Imperial cutter and the Corvette, can't it? So there we go. So have you been to Communist and Anarchy Station? No, I haven't been anywhere. So this is one of the things I kind of want to have a look around. What can we do in Alpha 4 which we can do before? The only thing I would comment on that it really strikes me here is look at the size of the ship. I mean, this I did a few things on the stats of the ship, and this Imperial Clipper is way bigger. Okay, it's way bigger than a Boeing 747, which is about the only big thing that I can kind of compare it to, because I spent quite a lot of my life on a Boeing 747 many years ago, and this is much bigger than a Boeing 747. Okay, this is much bigger and taller. It's about at least twice as high as a Boeing 747 and longer than a Boeing 747. In fact, a Boeing 747 would only reach from the back undercarriage to about 2/3 the way along the Clipper. So the Clipper is absolutely enormous compared to something big like a Boeing 747. It's got a much bigger wingspan. The only thing, and I've never really noticed this before, but I'm noticing it now, is, I mean, the undercarriage on this ship is very odd. Very, very small. I mean, I don't know how much the Clipper is. I mean, look at the size of it. I mean, I don't know how much this ship is supposed to weigh, but, I mean, surely several thousand tons, right? That cannot be a light ship, and yet the entire weight of it, I mean, how many undercarriages has it got? It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one at the front. So there is a massive amount of weight concentrated in an area there, right? That I mean, even if it's made out of unbelievable, unobtainium and unbelievable, that is not a very substantial. Look, I mean, there's a Lascivity standing against it. It is not. That is not a very substantial support for something that is that heavy, right? Is the gravity low? I suppose it is, but this ship is capable of landing on a 1G planet, so I don't know. I don't know what these legs are made of. That's the only thing that doesn't really make sense. Some of the ships have got really chunky undercarriages, like the Anaconda, and I know the Imperials are all about suave and sophisticatum, right? But that to me does not look right. That just, the amount of weight that must be pressing down on that thing is quite impressive, shall we say? So that doesn't feel quite right. Now, one thing I've just realised is how do I get on board? There's no blue spinny thing. I'm just trying to figure out how far up above me is the ship. I'm just trying to get a sense of scale there. So Alessia Verdi, let's say she's about, I don't know, 5'5". I mean, look how tall. It's got to be at least 30 feet to the bottom of the ship. That support undercarriage does look a bit beefier from that angle, but it's a big thing, isn't it? Check the rear. Okay, so maybe it's there. So if I got to, and this is the other thing you notice. This is, I must admit, I'm still a proponent of having having ship interiors, but there it is. Look, it's quite a long walk, isn't it? Feels like some more. I mean, I can understand having to. I don't think these undercarriages look very good. I mean, they're sort of imperially smooth, and I love the Clipper when it's out in space, but they look a bit like an afterthought, these things. They don't look like they kind of would be quite right. It's super strong and extremely light. How well does as a classic sort of Star Trek thing, is how well does the undercarriage on the Clipper work? Extremely well, yeah. I mean, there's some little nice touches. I mean, it's quite well rendered. There's detail there. Even some scuff marks and things on there. And then there's all sorts of stuff going on up. It almost looks vaguely organic, doesn't it? I mean, unfortunately, this ship has like a black paint job, so I can't actually see much detail. But it is, I mean, it's enormous. Look at that. I mean, those are the engines there. It really is a stonkingly large ship, and this is only halfway up the thing. So, and I think if I just jog over here, again, look at the size of this engine. This is one of the nacelles. There we go. Let's sort of stand there, and then if we spin her around, and then zoom. No, zoom out. There we go. Again, you can get a sense of how big the thing is. You know, it's not an insignificant size ship. Yeah, scuff marks on the Imperial ship. What's going on there? That's not right, is it? So these ships are huge. I mean, the Cobra is big enough, but these bigger ones are quite insane. So it's nice to see them. The only thing that bothers me, of course, is why are all the ships so big? You don't need such a large ship to carry such a large amount of cargo, it's a very, very large ship for a single pilot to operate. I mean, maybe there's lots of vast automation and stuff in the future, but there we go. So, right, looks like I've got a couple of friend requests, so let me sort that out. So, can we go? Here's the next question: can we go anywhere interesting yet in the game? So, we hear birds. Yeah, so those are the space birds. The reason, actually, my PC has calmed down quite a lot, so thank you for the tips on super sampling, everybody. That was very helpful. Okay, so Nervy, these are places we've been to, so I'm kind of interested in going somewhere else. Did somebody say there's a way to visit some slightly permit-y locked things? I had a space dog. There were definitely some space birds. I can see a few friends online, but we're all in the same bubble. I can only go 50 light years. Okay, so is there anywhere interesting within this 50 light years that's actually worth going to? Because I saw some people have found an engineer's base. I don't think I can go anywhere near anything interesting. I think where are we? We're sort of no, we definitely can't get to Beetlejuice. If you have the permit for a system, you can target it directly and jump to it. Okay, so I don't think this ship will have the jump range, but I do have. Let's see which permits this account has got, because I think I've got quite a few. Where's the I don't know where it is. Where's the permit? Where do I find my permits? It's under ship, isn't it? Is it ship? Statistics, no. Inventory? I can't remember where. Do I find the permits? I've forgotten where they are. Status must be. There we are. Finance. Permits. There we go. So I've got lots of. Okay, we could go to Achenar. We could go to Sol. Can you get to it? You can jump to any system you have a permit for. We're sure you need to have the jump range. Do you not? So let's have a quick look at that. Galaxy map. Okay, so Sol. How far away is Sol? So Sol is. Alright, it's saying I can't plot that route. Can be a multi-hop route, but doesn't. It depends how close Sol is to the edge of. FSD synth boost. That could be fun. Have I got some of that stuff on? Because it's the alpha, and we don't really care, do we? Where's that again? Materials, data, synthesis. Right, FSD injection. I can do, well, I can only do a basic one. That's funny, I could have sworn I had more stuff than that, but maybe it's been nerfed. Have to target it directly. There's a new button on the. Oh, you have to target it directly. There's a new button on the right to do so. Okay, so let's put a frame shift drive injection in anyway, because that might help. I wouldn't mind going to Sol, just because. Right, synthesis is complete. Right, okay, good. Let's go to the galaxy map again. So Sol. Remember to buy your suits again. Ah, yes, I'll go and do that. Oh yes, because I won't have anything, will I? So there's a new button on the right to target. There's a new button on the right. Okay, so which button? Market information, power play data, stored ships, set destination. No, still doesn't work. Target. Yeah. Add to bookmarks, view system map, focus system. It won't let me plot there. Is that because I can't get there either? I wonder if the ship hasn't got them right below plot route. Where's the plot route button? So hold this plot route. What's my jump range? It's only like 30 years on this ship. Now I do have, I believe, actually let me just have a look at this. I think I've got my Crate Phantom in here. It said something about my other ship. Let's have a quick look there. Here is everything. Shipyard. Okay, so manage my ships. I've got 2 ships. I've got my Crate Mark II, which is actually my exploration ship, and I can transfer that to list location. So that might be more useful, and that will only take 7 minutes. So let's do that, because by the time I go and buy a suit and stuff. Okay, so let's try that. Let's use the Crate Phantom, because the Imperial Clipper is. Oh no, ship has got out. Is that one got? Well, apparently the ship's got outstanding fines. Don't know why that is. Anyway, right, so our Crate Phantom is on its way, so let's go back and buy a suit. And maybe we can go to Sol. Right, where's the exit? Let's over that way. So this is the thing, it's a big pad. It's because I'm a criminal. I know. Oh, there's actually, so okay, there's a bug. There's some sort of hitbox there that I can't walk through. Near the undercarriage, I'm guessing. It's a lot of running around for these big pads. It's going to get a little bit tedious for the big ships. What if I could apex to? Can I pay off fines? Maybe I should go and check. Where would I pay off the fines? I still don't understand why that gives me one choice. Why doesn't it just open the lift? Anyway, there it goes. Okay, so can I pay off the fines at one of these funky terminals? Let's just try that. Authority contact, presumably. No trade dividends detected. Hand yourself in. No bounties detected. Fines. Oh, there we are. Cavalry Commander of Yuma. I have a 50 credit. 50 credits. It's hardly worth me getting out of bed. Bounty vouchers, none. Codex discoveries, none. Intel packages, none. Trade dividends, none. Right, so hopefully that's cleared that. Now here's another thing that's changed, actually. So the little kind of picture of you that is rendered from your Hollow Me has changed. It used to be quite a bland, straight-on picture. Now your character gets a sort of slightly moody image generated from your Hollow Me character. So that's something that's changed. I don't know if it's better or not. It's certainly different, but I don't think that image looks much like the. Oh, there's somebody. Is that an NPC? Oh no, it's Commander Luigi. Lucky Luigi is staring at the screen. Oh look, it's got some sort of privacy glass on the screen. I can't see what he's looking at. I can't spy on him. That's quite cool. Right, let's go up to. It's Pioneer Supplies, isn't it? Let's go and get some. Let's get some stuff. Okay, you've got some stuff for discerning stuff. I'm just gonna look. Okay, so purchase suit types available. So if we're going to do some exploration again, which one is it? That's the arc cutter. That's sort of cutting into things. Artemis that's the exploration one. The Dominator is presumably the one for shooting things. So I'm gonna go for the Artemis. I suppose I might as well for that price I might as well buy the whole lot. Let's buy the whole lot just in case. And let's buy some guns, because, you know, pew pew. Lucky Luigi, yay, hello there. Right, so what's a good? I don't know anything about these guns. What's a good? That one looks. That doesn't look very subtle. That one, does it? The Karma. See, I like these little. That's a pistol. Low recoil, high fire rate, offset by comparatively low damage output. No, we want something that can blow stuff up. TK Zenith, something near the top. There's this Aphelion. Automatic laser rifle compensates for average damage output with excellent accuracy, and that high rate of fire and good short range accuracy. Comparity. So bigger gun means more damage, I'm guessing from that description. This automatic rifle is a solid all round with comparatively good power, because of course we know it's all going to be engineering, don't we? Like, yay! Guns aren't subtle. No, they aren't, are they? Well, I don't think I've bought that one before, so let's have an Aphelion, and let's have a Karma AR. Guns. And I'd like guns on spaceships, but guns for carrying around. It just seems very silly. Is there anything else I can buy? Upgrade cell suits. What can I do here? Okay, so the Artemis suit. Can I? Okay, so this is modification cost. So this is all engineering again, isn't it? Upgrade available. So I can't. I need to go and buy. I need to go and find a bunch of stuff. I know. So apparently, this stuff always makes me laugh because it makes no sense in the law. Okay, it makes no sense in the law. Like, it's like the Artemis suit. In order to modify your Artemis suit, you need to go and find some suit schematics and give them to the guy who's literally just sold you the suit. It's like, why haven't you got a copy of the suit schematic? And 3 manufacturing, only not just 1 copy of the manufacturing instructions, but 3 copies, okay, of the manufacturing instructions. Now maybe this will change for the full game, but I don't think it will somehow. It's like you imagine going to IKEA and going, wow, the wardrobe, please. Right, and they say, here's your wardrobe. So I'd like to upgrade my wardrobe and put some lights in it. Ah, well, if you'd like to do that, then could you find us a schematic for the wardrobe? Haven't you got that? No. You need to go and find one, sir. Right, okay. And 3 copies of the instructions. Well, one comes with the one comes with the wardrobe, but you've got to go off and find 2 more. Okay. Can I provide a photocopy? No. Sorry, a photocopy of the instructions won't do, sir. You must find some original ones. Where am I going to find those? I can't help you, sir. This makes no sense. It's so stupid. Ah, dear. So anyway, sorry. I shouldn't take the mickey out of me, but it's just dear. It's just. So there we go. I know a Taylor Hutton. 3 different instructions. Maybe that. Yes. I suppose there's different instructions. And some graphene and some aerogel and a health monitor. I need 2 health monitors. One health monitor won't do. Okay. Sue Cripple sneer at it. Exactly right. So that's okay. So I can't upgrade my suit at the moment because I need to go and do some stuff. I can purchase weapons, upgrade and sell weapons. Presumably this is exactly the same. So, yeah. Okay, so again, to upgrade my weapon, I need to find a schematic for that weapon. Loads of manufacturing instructions. Ionized gas helps quite a lot, and some optical fibre. Okay. And for this weapon, I need weapon schematics, manufacturing some tungsten carbide, a weapon component, and some compressed liquefied gas. Excellent. Okay. I'm sure that will make sense somewhere. Dear. Right, so can I also buy... I need to buy some other stuff, don't I? Which for some reason I have to interact with them again. I can't go back. So the med kits were jolly useful. Oh, I can actually... Let's buy... I don't know how many of those I can store, but... energy cells were quite useful. So let's buy a stack load of them. I don't know what the other ones really do, so I'm not really bothered. Okay, so that's good, right? Okay. Oh, somebody else is here. Who's this? This is Commander Lancel. Hello, Commander Lancel. The other thing now, this is bothering me a little bit. Now, I don't know if there's more stuff that's coming in the full release, but for storytelling purposes, now I'm kind of thinking here ahead to season 2 of Elite Retribution, which I would like to produce later this year. There's no way for me to interact with Commander Lancel. I can't have I mean, there she is. I mean, all we can do is nod at each other, and I presume we crouch down. That's all we can do. There's no way for us to communicate. I can't have a private conversation with Commander Lancel here. Meet me in the bar and let's talk about shady stuff. Oh, there's a few other people about. So none of these people. Commander Timo Kepler there. Who's this? Commander Lucky Luigi. There's no way for us to interact. Okay, so apart from doing a sort of funky moonwalk, I can sort of step sideways and do a little dance, all of which is not very immersive, to be fair. He's got his sunglasses on there. That's cool. I didn't know sunglasses. Where did he get sunglasses from? I'm gonna have to look at that. Oh, that's from Hollow Me, of course, isn't it? You can use the menu to request a voice. Oh, can you? Okay, so if I wanted to talk to Commander Lancel, how do I do that then? Is there a I've forgotten how to do the interface. Right, is it in here? Commander, Codex, Power Play, Squadrons, Engineering, Alnet News, Commander, no. Navigation, Transactions, Contacts. So can I go in there? Oh, okay, so if I wanted to talk to... there's Commander Lucky Luigi. So Commander Lancel is there, so I can do what? Nothing according to this interface. Q in left menu. No, that doesn't. The one top one. Oh, I was in the right place, was I? Q in left menu. Chat is up in the Insight Hub. Ah, up there. I see. Right. Comms. Right. Okay. So I can. I see. So. There we go. So if I want to chat, oh god. So if I want to have a chat to, after all that faffing about my crate has arrived. That's good. So if I need to, how do I get hold of? Press up for chat option. Okay. So how do I? There we go. Right. So here are people that are. There's Commander Lancel. Right. So, I mean, how many button presses is this? Right. Right, direct message. So send voice comms request. So that's kind of like Teams. So if I send a direct message, I can then go. All right, now I'm typing. God, that was painful. No, it's still not working. There. Okay. Hello, Lancel. That's just ridiculous. How many button clicks was that? That was just so difficult. It's a long way. I mean, that's. I mean, maybe we'll get used to that, because obviously the UI is now totally and utterly unfamiliar. There we go. Hello, Alessia. I've had a conversation. Fantastic. And it's all okay. There's a HUD version there. Send to local to get where we used to be. So what I've got to do is I've got to fire up that menu. Then I've got to. So that's one click. Then I've got to go to comms. Now that we're in comms, it's probably easier, but then I've got to, in order to find the person, if I haven't had a conversation with them already, then I need to go here. That's 3-4 clicks. Choose somebody, let's say Lucky Luigi. Then I need to click again to get a direct message to him. Then it selects it. Then I have to click again to select the... That's at least 7 clicks. On foot mode switches. Okay, so quick comms. All right, so maybe... I can optimise that a bit, but that's hard work. Anyway, there we go. So anyway, we've got some stuff. I'm going to go to the bar because it's tradition now that we try and get a drink from the bartender, which almost certainly won't work. Okay. I'm looking to make a trade. I have some items to sell. Goodbye. You would not give us a drink. So there's one there. I'm looking to make a trade. I can get some. What do I need? Well, aerogel. I haven't got anything because of course we haven't done anything on this account. I haven't got anything, so I can't trade anything, can I? Surprise, surprise. But there's no Levy and Brandy. Here's the Levy and Brandy. Anything else? No. No skin of mine. They're all very, very passive aggressive, if you ask me. These people. It's a real passive aggressive thing. Okay, and it's not Jenny. No, no. Jenny was here earlier on, but it's now been replaced by Caitlin Cherry. So anyway, right. I'm going to try and get to my ship, and let's see if we can get to. Oh no, hang on a minute. I need to swap to the crate, don't I? How do I do that? Do I go to Interastra to swap to my crate? Hello. Yes, I'd like a refresher on my flight training. No, I want to talk to you about spaceships. Do I have to go somewhere else? I thought this is where you did it. This is the right place, isn't it? Okay, so how do I... Everyone... The funny thing about all the real characters are the players, and they're always running everywhere. It's really funny. I thought I don't want to refresh on my flight training. I mean, look... This whole hub thing is just a very elaborate and very... it is a kind of a menu, isn't it? This is the problem. I'm kind of hoping that there might be a bit more when we're at it. I don't seem to be able to talk to this lady about getting my crate, so maybe I have to do that from my current ship, which is a bit of a... Why would you do that? There must be a way of accessing my crate from here, surely. Do I do it from one of these terminals? So, no. Oh, I can edit my loadout here, which is something I probably should do. So, let's create a loadout with the Artemis suit. Let's put a primary weapon in there. There we are, and the secondary weapon could be that one, because that's exploration, isn't it? There we go. Let's call that exploration. Did that work? No. Oh, save loadout. Wrong button. There's a lot of clicking stuff. Interastra should allow it, but it's a bit finicky sometimes. Go to the hangar. Okay. You can skip it too. I believe you have to do that, but can abandon after you've started. It's not. Oh, do you mean the training? Ooh, what was that? That was space for a moment there. Almost had the. I think we had the universe exist. Okay, hang on. Payforker says Interastra calling switching ships. You need to do a one-time training before those options appear. So start the training and then skip the training. Okay, let's try that. That's a bit irritating. Well, I'd like a refresher on my training, but I wouldn't like a refresher on my training. Is what I want to say to this lady. Yes, I'd like to start the training simulation. And we're in a Sidewinder. Yeah, that triple elite commander flight. Well, actually, I don't think Alessia. I don't think Alessia is elite, but she's been around for a while, so take some basic flight training. Ah, dear. And then it gives you little natty bits of advice like speeding and faction reputation and stuff. Right, equip. Come on! There's the problem with this game. Look at the amount of time it takes you to. I mean, right, okay, so now I'm in a Sidewinder, so I presumably don't want to do this. So I can skip the training, which then puts me back on foot. Okay, presumably back in front of Interastra, or whatever it's called. Interastra, yeah. So from 45 minutes into the stream, and what have we done? We've bought a suit, had a conversation about training, and tried to buy a drink at the bar. It's really, really quality entertainment. Whoa! All right, okay. We've now been teleported back to the lifts for some reason. That's a bit weird, isn't it? I came out of the basic training and My whole period of my life just disappeared because I could have sworn I was in Interastra, and I ended up in lifts, so I can't remember anything. Right, so presumably if we now go back and talk to this lady, presumably she's happy that we've done our training, and we can be interested in her services. Okay, so now so this takes us back to the same menu. Okay, so manage my ships, I'm guessing. The crate is here. Use this ship. Ship retrieved, ship stored Imperial Clipper. Okay, so that's good. So let's go and have a look at what a crate looks like. Goodbye. Thank you very much. You have actually been helpful, so that's good. Okay, so you can swap your ships there, which is useful. Let's go down to the crate then, and see if now this crate is, at least it was, set up for exploration. So, maybe I was mugged. Oh look, here's a crate. So the crate is a medium ship, if I remember. Oh, this crate Phantom is a medium ship. Now, see what I mean about the undercarriage here? See what I mean about the, now that undercarriage looks meaty enough to kind of manage the crate. Okay, it's a smaller ship. I mean, it's still a big ship, but it's a smaller ship. And look at the size of the undercarriage there. That to me looks nice and meaty. Okay, so there's Alessia with the undercarriage. Yeah, so that undercarriage that's sort of undercarriage I would expect a ship to have, right? Because it's nice and big. You know, it's a decent sized undercarriage. So let's just have a quick look at this is the Phantom. So let's go and have a look. I want to have a look at the engines actually. So it's a nice. Is it a Phantom? I can't remember what. I think it's a Phantom, or is this a crate? Is this a? I can't remember which one around it. No, this isn't. This is a crate Mark II, isn't it? Not the Phantom. I don't really remember having a crate Mark II. Oh well. Maybe this isn't the ship I thought it was. Maybe I've just forgotten what I bought. Right, so don't forget to put her suit on in the ship. Okay. So actually, so look, so the crate Mark II does have some stairs, which are, well, actually they're not stairs, are they? That's like a slide. What is that? Is that like a maybe the way it's supposed to work is you stand on this bit, which you can actually sort of do. Oh, well, actually no, you can't. Let you get your legs chopped off. Dear. So still a few problems there. Look, but I'm guessing that you stand on that sort of contraption there, and it takes you up up to the top. Is that how it's supposed to work? That must be how it, because that's not a set of stairs, is it? That's like a travelator or something. So that takes you up there. Anyway, all we've got at the moment is a blue circle. So let's pull them. What can this ship do? This is not set up for exploration, so I don't know what this. I can't remember what this ship is for. Let's find out what spec it is. It's got a Guardian frameshift booster. That's a good start. Okay, so status, I think, isn't it? What's the ship able to do? No, ship. Okay, so it's still only got a 37 light year jump range. That's a bit of a faff. No, this is a combat ship. Sorry, I thought this was going to be a. This is not my exploration kit. That must be on my other account. I don't know. I haven't flown this ship for like years, so I've got no idea what it does. So can it get to Sol? Is it possible? So is there a way for it to? No, it's not going to let me go there, is it? Set destination. Just not doing it. I could always buy a crate fan. I could actually. That's not a bad idea. Let's try that. It's completely forgetting how the menu works. Starport services. What's for sale here at Curse City? Outfit. No, not outfitting. Shipyard. Purchase ships. Crate Mark II. There is an Asp Explorer, although I don't. Interesting enough, the Anaconda is there. There's the Crate Mark II. Where is the Crate Phantom? There it is, but it's not available here. Typical. Yeah, I can't buy a Phantom here according to that. Can I lighten the ship? I could sell a whole bunch of stuff because I don't need it, to be honest. Let's see if we can lighten the ship a bit. What have we got here? Could we ship loadout? Because this is some kind of battleship, I think. Is this a new UI? Yes, everything's new. I've now got a spinny whirly thing of doom. I could get a Diamondback, couldn't I? Yes, I'm just... Oh dear. Oh, no, there it goes. Right, hang on. Let's just try it with this ship. Because maybe if I... So I could take a whole bunch of stuff off. Can I lighten the ship down? Potentially, we could do that, couldn't we? It's got a decent frame shift drive, thrusters and stuff. We could think, oh, should we just buy a DBX? That's probably the fastest way. It could spend hours in there. Was a DBX for sale? Let's see if we can buy a DBX. Diamondback Explorer. There we go. Let's purchase a Diamondback Explorer because I can't remember the last time I flew one of them. Alright, it stored the crate, which is good. Let's see what the outfitting, of course, is. You'll never get to Sol in the Alpha, no matter how far your ship would up. Oh no! Are there other interesting places we can go? Unless you have. Well, I do have the Sol system permit. So, right. So the Starport 7. So this is. No, I don't want that, do I? I want the outfitting. Can we get anything decent for this? So let's get rid of all the guns because we don't need any guns. Sold the pulse laser. Still got the animation, which is annoying. Right, so that's that. Hasn't got anything in the utility mounts. Core internal. So all we really want is a decent frame shift drive. Browse the shop. Okay, so frame shift drives. Is there a decent one? Come on, we want an A. There's only a B5. There's not an A5, which is annoying. Let's see how far that gets us then. Thrusters. Let's see if we can get D versions, isn't it? 2D. I don't know what we need. D3. A 3D power plant. Is that enough? Thrusters. Let's try a 3. In fact, that's the only version that's available. Oh, there's a 3D there. Module will exceed maximum mass. So it has to be a 4D, but there isn't a 4D available here. Okay. Alright. Life support. Can we get a 3D one of them? That's the 3C. 3D, there we go, that saves us a bit of weight. Power distributor. Can we get a 3D one of there? 3D, there we go. Okay, sensors, we should be able to get a 3D one of them. Buy and equip. Fuel tank. Right, so other than the thrusters, which we don't seem to be able to change, we might get even lighter than there. Can we get a 2D power plant? Because we don't need. No, I haven't got enough power. Almost. Right, 3D then. Okay. Optional internal. Right, so let's dump everything and see how far the ship will go. I'm not a super fan of this UI, I must admit. It's... Right, Super Cruise Assist, we don't need that. Advanced Docking Computer, we don't need that. Advanced Planetary Landing Approach Suite, we do want that. Have we got a vehicle bay? No, we haven't. Okay, so what can it do? Min-max jump range is 29 light years. No, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work, is it? No. I'll pull the stuff off the crate. Let's try that, shall we? Okay, so let's go get the crate. See how far the crate will go, because the crate is quite well set up for, well, it has a whole bunch of kit on it, so let's use this ship. Okay, let's sell the Diamondback Explorer, because that was a bit of a waste of time. Let's strip the crate down. Spinning Circle of Doom again. Well, I'm just trying to get my a ship with some jump range so we can go somewhere interesting. I'm just faffing about in alpha, to be honest. Okay, so Starport Services. Right, let me just sell that other ship, because that's a waste of time. I thought the DBX was a bit better out of the box than that. Oh, so it's a little bit slow. Quite a lot of Spinning Circle of Doom, alas. Grab the crate and strip everything out, especially the... Yeah, okay. So Amy Squirrel says they managed to make it... Yeah, I wanted to get to Seoul, so just because... okay. They're not livery. I didn't mean to press that button. Oh, it's not very fast response, this. Yeah. Right, no, I don't want livery. Outfitting, right, so let's just dump stuff. Okay, so sell the beam laser. Oh, I have to wait for the animation still. That's a bit irritating. Why can't I just click to say, yep, it's lovely, I don't need to watch it again? Oh dear. Yeah, so I don't know if this is an alpha thing. There we go, it's figured out it's eventually solved, but then it has to do the animation. Hopefully this will be fixed when we get a better server. Right, so that beam laser's going as well. And I've got to sell the multi-cannon. Fortunately, it's only the weapons that really have much of an animation. Right. Okay, so there's the multi-cannon gone. Then I've got some shield boosters to sell. Fortunately, that we can go through nice and fast. Yay! Yay for not having to watch the animations. Core internal, right, so let's... Oh, I've got to browse a replacement armour, so I just want lightweight alloys, don't I? So that's going to save a bit of weight and money. Yay! Power plant, I don't need a 7A. What can we get away with? A 3D? Let's start with that. I don't know. Somebody tell me what is a... None of those work. I mean, I've got way too much, way too much power. Way too little power. Right, I need the 5A frame shift. So life support is 4D. That's okay. Power distributor. We don't need something that big. But I don't know, a 4A maybe. There's a 3A there. Let's try that. Let's go back and change that one to a 3A, see if that will be enough to power the ship. Because I'm guessing here, I can't remember what I'm supposed to... without... no, I need Coriolis really to... Is that... That's getting close. Okay, so I'll come back and have a play with that. Sensors 6D, that's correct. Right, let's dump all the other stuff. Right, I don't need the shield generator. Or I can swap it for a very low powered one. Don't need the cargo rack, that's not going to... We'll keep the frame shift booster. We probably do want the fuel scoop. I don't need the interdictor. Don't need the hull reinforcement package. Don't need the planetary vehicle hangar. Oh, actually no, I do, don't I? I'm going to still want an S. No, actually, we can do without the SRV. Planetary approach suite. Now that I think has got to be replaced by an advanced planetary approach suite. I'm not quite sure what the difference is, but we do need that, right? We haven't got a vehicle, but right, we now got 55 light years jump range, but I don't think the ship is actually operational yet. So I haven't quite got enough power. So let's have a look at the power plant. Can I get, is a 4B going to be enough? 4D? That's not quite enough. 4C, no. 5D? Is this Odyssey? Yes, it is. This is Odyssey. Okay, so it looks like a 5D power supply will do the job. I've got 55 light years jump range, and the ship is now operative. So, okay, 4A always rate. Okay, let's try that one. Was there a 4A? Sorry, I didn't spot the 4A. This isn't. There's a filter, but is it sorted? It's harder to read for me. 4A. There we go. Fine, equip. Okay, so I've got 54 light years. That's not bad, actually, is it? So that's kind of okay. I don't think we're going to do much better than that. I'm going to be a bit careful because we've got no shields. Right, can we get to Sol? Here's here's our next question. Can we go somewhere interesting? Sol. Okay, so 55 light years jump range. We're not going to really beat that very easily. Plotting route. Come on, computer, you can. Still unavailable. Can I go anywhere nearby? Can't go there, but can we trick the game into allowing us into the region? Route unavailable. Where is it? Does anybody know where the edge of the bubble is? This new bubble that we're in. Plotting route. Plotting route still unavailable. I can reach it in 2 jumps. Go to 55 with the jump boost will be enough if you jump to Bidja. Right, okay, let's try that then. So this is us trying to break the alpha. Okay, so there's Bidja. We can definitely go there. Okay, right, good. Right, so let's go then. Right, let's see if we can get to there with a somewhat crippled ship. But let's see. So let's go via Vega. I haven't got the permit for Vega. Army Squirrel, that's good. Let's. Well, interesting enough, I was under the impression that this UI was made for consoles, but then when I made that comment on my stream, I got loads of comments on my YouTube upload video saying I was wrong and that the new UI definitely wasn't designed for consoles. So I don't really know who to believe. Oh, this doesn't handle well at all with those lower powered thingies on. Anyway, right, let's. Got to be a bit careful because my ship is going to be as soft as a soft thing, but let's see. Right, okay, so we are heading towards Bidja, 38 light years away, which we can obviously do in 1 jump. Then we get to see the new hyperspace jump. No shields, no, this is very hardcore, so it's a pain in the butt without a mouse. I was going to say, it does need a mouse, actually, thinking about it, doesn't it? So it isn't going to be great for consoles because there's going to be, imagine doing that without a mouse. There's going to be loads of, up, down, left, right, click, back. No, I'm not convinced. It's going to be, but there's a lot of mouse clicks in there and lots of tabs and stuff. Right, okay, so we're in a red place now. Hopefully the fuel scoop is working. Is the fuel scoop working? Or is that not a fuel scoopy star? No, it's not a fuel scoopy star. Right, can we get to Sol from here? How far away is Sol? Sol is distance 62.84 light years. So without the injection it won't work, which is okay, but we have got plus 25% that we should be able to do FSD injection. So bonus 25% distance. Is that enough? Let's find out. The old UI was perfectly fine on consoles taken from a console player. Didn't need fiddling about. Now I must admit, I don't know why so much stuff has changed, because nobody, I don't remember anybody really complaining about the UI very much. Certainly I didn't have any problems with it. And it's, everything is now unfamiliar, which is a little bit frustrating. Oh, plotting route, come on. Just thinking about it. Still unavailable. How do I know what my jump range actually is at the moment? Does the game tell me what my jump range is with the synthesis engaged? Ship. Current. No, look. So okay. So look, current jump range is 68.73. So that should be enough. So is there another way of targeting it? So according to that, my jump range is 68. Sol is set destination. It's trying to plot the route. The router may not work. Just try targeting. Okay, so how do I my next question is, how do I do that? Target. Okay, right, there we go. Right, can I literally just hyperspace? There it is. There's Sol. Okay, right. Will it engage? It's engaged. We're going. We're getting past the limitations of the alpha. There we go. Thank you very much. I figured that out. Commander Lucky Luigi's ahead of me there. Thank you for that. Right. Okay. So we are jumping to Sol. Awesome. So this is probably something Frontier didn't intend, which is it's always fun to be sneaky, isn't it? Right, so we're here. We are hopefully. Are we here? We're here. We're in Sol. I did keep the fuel scoop, didn't I? Yes, there we go. Look, so I'm refueling. Okay, so that's good. Right, hang on. Let's just accept the friend request. Right, so we've made it to Sol. Now I've got a filter, I think, on my navigation. So according to this, Mercury is a landable planet. So I've got a filter on my contacts here that is only landable places and stuff. So we can go to Callisto, which I think is a moon of Jupiter. We can go to Mercury. We can go to Ganymede and Europa. We could go to Europa. Attempt no landings here. Ganymede and Europa we can go to. Apatus and Dione, Tethys and Celadus. Rhea, Umbriel, Ariel. So some of the moons of Uranus there. A place called... Where's that? Is that some... dwarf asteroid? Anyway, so where should we go? I mean, Mercury doesn't have an atmosphere, so that's not very interesting. Callisto, Ganymede, Europa. I wonder if Europa has an atmosphere. Let's just have a look at the system map. Do any of these actually have atmospheres in Elite Dangerous? Obviously the Earth does. These are all landable planets. Io isn't. There's a Titan is non-landable. So actually nothing here has an atmosphere, does it? I'm afraid I think we should go to Europa just because. So actually none of the planets here have atmospheres in the new sense of they're interesting places to go, have they? But we could go to which one's Europa? That one's Europa. Now Europa is an ice planet. So actually in real life these planets are very different. So let's have a look at how do they render. So this is an ice planet. Okay, so Europa looks quite cool. Oops, didn't mean to come out there. What about, let's just shut down the... We can't land on the moon by looking at that. It's not marked as landable. We can go to Ganymede. So Ganymede looks quite pixelated. So look at so there's a lot of variation in the ground here, which is encouraging. So that looks quite an interesting place to go. And Callisto in real astronomy is just a cratered mess. So actually these look pretty different, don't they? So that's this is looking encouraging. So I think we could do a bit of Jovian moon exploration. We've got landing places. Apatus is interesting. So the surfaces here definitely look much more interesting than they did before. That's for sure. So that is encouraging. Pluto there we can't land on, which is a real shame. But we could go to Charon, which doesn't look all that interesting there. But so shall we go to Europa? Are we looking at old graphics? I don't know. I don't think we are. Yeah, so I don't know if anybody's actually been here before. I think let's go to Europa. Let's check it out. See if we can see anything new. Who knows, eh? Because I don't think we're supposed to be in the solar system. Which is always encouraging. 21,000 light seconds. Okay, we're travelling at a decent click. It does look modern. To Europa, let's go and investigate, see if we can find a monolith. Render engine should be. I think the render engine is updated. It certainly. I don't remember it looking like that in the main Horizons game. So let's go find out. It seems the Odyssey patch isn't a thing outside the 50. Oh, okay. Is it not? Okay. Well, I've changed my loadout. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I want the Artemis exploration suit, don't I? There we go. Okay, so I've got my tools and stuff. Okay, so here again, look at the image of Alessia Verdi there that's the summary image. It's not the same as it was before. So it's rendering different stuff. So there are some. Can you wing up so I can find you? Yes, we can. Commander Lucky Luigi. So this is no longer a wing, is it? It's been renamed. It's now a team. Okay. So I've invited you to my team. Okay, we don't have wings anymore. Let's see if that. There we go. Lucky Luigi is in my team, which seems to be. I'm going to just disable the voice gun, but enable the team. No, the team beacon is on by default. Okay, well that's quite useful. So this bit is very similar. There's some graphical changes there. I think. Be interesting to see if Europa itself has changed. Let's find out. I'm going to have to be a little bit careful landing because I have no shields on this ship. We've stripped it down in order to break our way into the solar system. Yeah, so this is Commander Verdi in a parallel universe in Odyssey, Cyberdummy, yes. So when you're in a ship, you're in a wing, but it doesn't say wing here. It says team. So I'm in a ship, and I'm in a team. Am I right? When you're in a ship, you're in a wing. When you're on the ground, you're in a fire team. I guess they couldn't be bothered. So, but no, it's called a team now. So if anybody else is here and wants to join me, then feel free. Let's see what Europa has. Insert banyan trees at each starship. Oh, in real life, sorry, I have shields on the ship. Okay, so we're going to have. Could be quite a meet. I'm going to have to be a bit careful with landing here. Okay, we're coming up on Europa, so this should be. See if we can see anything. There aren't any atmospheric planets. I don't think it's. I mean, Achenar is the other place we could try to get to, but how far is Achenar away from Sol? Is it? I think we did call it a Zoom call, yeah. There's Lucky Luigi appearing. So the instancing seems to be okay so far. That's been one thing that's actually been a surprise in the alpha. Actually, is the instancing has been better than I expected. Don't think they've done all the find and replace on wing. Is maybe that's what it is. Yeah. A little bit of rubber banding going on there. Right, come on, here we go. Come on, Europa. Wing invite, please, from Commander Sea Dweller. Okay, let's try that as well. Invite to team. There we go. Does it work? So we're going to go to Europa, where, of course, we're not supposed to attempt to land. Invited you to my flock. That's right. We've got to replace the word wing with anything but the word wing. Right, Commander Sea Dweller is in Nervy. Can he get to Sol? So the little things, the lighting has changed, the menus have changed. These in-ship menus haven't changed much, which is a good thing, I think, because we're so used to them now. Interesting enough there, look, the 2 new ranks have disappeared. So I can see my CQC rank, Explorer rank, Trade rank, and oh, that's interesting. Two versions of this. I haven't got a combat rank for some reason. So is that a bug? I'm sure that was working before. But that's not right, is it? I've got 2 CQC ranks and no combat rank. And Alessia definitely has a combat rank, so that doesn't make much sense. Right, so there is actually Jupiter coming up on. So 50 light years. Is there a way to figure out how many? So we're in Sol because I've got a Sol permit, and we've managed to strip down my Crate Phantom. Not my Crate Phantom, my Crate Mark II. So it's got nothing on board other than the frameshift drive and the Guardian booster. We've managed to jump outside the 50 light year limit. Apparently, there's a loophole for those of you just joining us, whereby you can get to permit lock systems if you have the permit and the jump range, and don't route plot but go there direct. Okay, if that makes sense. So you have to have the jump range, you have to have the permit, and it has to be within a single jump of the 50 light year, of the edge of the 50 light year thingy, in order to get there. So anyway, here comes Europa. Now you tell me if this is newly rendered, because I think it is. I'm just going to slow down a bit. So we're seeing 2 distinct hemispheres there, which is good. So anybody who's been to Europa recently in Horizons, tell me if this is different. So I'm going to try and park on the edge of 2 terrains to see if we can get a feel for, because they talked about this a little bit, is the fact that terrains. CDO had to leave to swap ships. Okay, so I'm going to try and land on the edge of a white and grey zone. See if we can see what the difference is, because there's more than one biome on the surface now, which is a good thing. So I kind of want to aim there. Is this the new rendering? I don't know. It looks more sophisticated than the original stuff. It's clearly rendered to me. It looks like nothing like the real Europa. No, I suppose it does look like new stuff. And so the real Europa should be like a white ice ball with lots of lines. So whether that's going to be updated with real imagery, I don't know. But it doesn't look. You're quite right. It doesn't look anything like the real Europa. So I'm going to try and land on the edge of this grey white zone. It looks like the grey is almost put over the top. So there we go. Right, we're coming down. And there's a nice sort of flat landing spot over there. Okay, so the train doesn't look too rough, which is good. Okay, so it's quite a subtle distinction between. There we go. Let's slow it right down. I don't want to bash my ship. Okay, so slow down. There we go. We've got landing spot that looks good. We're down. Yay. Okay, so disembark. I can disembark. Let's go and have a look at Europa. Yay. Okay, so analysing planet atmosphere, moon, Europa, unsafe temperatures, gravity 0.3, there isn't an atmosphere. Okay, well there we go. So not much analysis of that needs to be done. Okay, so this is, there we go, there's the crate. There's Jupiter, that's quite nice, look. And there's somebody else, that's presumably Lucky Luigi coming down. This is definitely the new tech, isn't it? Because that's a funky rock. There's still actually the ship has settled quite well. think there's a tiny bit of undercarriage float there, but I think nothing too bad. So here we are on the surface of Europa. And I can definitely jump about and stand on a rock. So there we go. Boom. It's definitely different. Okay, so if someone's looking at it in horizons, it's definitely not the same. Here comes somebody who's sort of floating a little bit on the surface. I suppose we can kind of nod and do stuff, can't we? And there's another ship. Is that an asp? Okay, so we can have a good look at some of the ships. I'm going to see if I can jump up. No, I can. I can get on top of the crate. There we are. Okay, so we can get a feel for the size of the crate. Is that a DBX? Okay, so the crate is a big old ship. There's the cockpit down there. It's all dark now, but that's got. There's Commander Gallo. Walking around on my crate. Not sure if that's supposed to be allowed. Walking around in your ship by ship surfing. So yeah, so we can have a good look at the ship. I mean, look at the size of the. I don't know. It's not an air intake, is it? It kind of looks like one. So standing in front of air intakes is a thing. That looks almost about the same height as Alessia there. So there we go. We can walk to the back, I'm guessing. There's quite a lot of interesting. So they've obviously had to up the detail of the ships quite a bit. So look at all the stuff, and even again the frame rate is crashing a little bit on my PC. I can hear my PC spinning up. I haven't got a chrome ship. No, I'd like to have a chrome ship. Have a look. I don't think I've got one on the side. Warning: don't stand here. Might be hot. You can get quite a good feel for your ship, though. I mean, they are big things, aren't they? And lots of little extra details. There's there's a warning sign there. What does that say? No, it doesn't. It's just rebuild 49. Just little bits of detail which are quite nice. I don't know what that means, but it's quite nice ambience, isn't it? There's there's a hard point for a shield cell booster and all that kind of jazz. Can we walk along the pointy bit of the crate? There we go. Yes, you can. There's a bit of clipping or something going on there. There we go. I'm standing on the edge. There we go. That gives you, again, there's a sense of scale of the ship. Okay. I wonder if she can walk to the end of the pointy thing. Back to slideshow. Oh yeah, so I don't know if that's an FPS crashing, or I wonder if I can. I think I can just walk along the edge. There we go. Probably not very realistic, but there you go. You can at the moment. Balance along the edge. There's according to that, there's a little bit further I can go. Oh, there we go. Look. Okay, so I don't want to fall off. Right, I'm going to walk right to the edge of my crate's pointy thing. There we go. Yeah, that's quite. I don't know. Oh, actually, it looks like she's hovering in space now. So that is. It's obviously that pointy thing is made out of the same weird unobtainium stuff that the Clipper's undercarriage was made out of. Because it's obviously incredibly strong. It's not bending under the weight at all. So that's good. So anyway, so there's a crate. There's a crate Mark II. What else we got? We got a DBX. Let's go and have a look at that. Whee! There's a nice. I don't know if you can see that. How well that'll come across on the stream, but there's a nice sparkly effect, giving an impression of ice, which is quite nice. So that is quite nice. Oh, there's another ship coming. So there's a few people parking about now. So this is a Diamondback Explorer. So let's have a look at that. The folding undercarriage and stuff, isn't it? Warning. Okay, so there's little bits of detail. Landing gear may lower unexpectedly. So I like that. That's quite nice to, little details like that I like. Those are good. Engines look appropriately beefy. Caution, here's another one. May lower unexpectedly. Don't stand here, you idiot. So there's going to be lots of little things like that, I think, to find. That's quite good. Let's just see if I can jump up. Hope he doesn't mind. Oh! Hang on, I've clipped inside the ship. I can't. So that's interesting. You can. There's nothing inside there, but I suppose that's not really all that surprising. I can't stand on that bit by the look of it. It's not rendering. Let's just try. There we go. Okay, so that is the top of the Diamondback with some. I don't know what those are. Sort of grills. Heat emissions. Don't stand here. Okay, so it's quite interesting seeing the ships from these angles. That's good. Oh, that's a bit weird. You can actually alter the direction of travel while you're floating in the air. Assuming that's the thrusters. And there's the asp over there. So let's go and check out the asp while we're here. Speakers, space speakers. Okay, so luckily Luigi's asp looks nicely battered up. Okay, so this is the asp. So there's danger, thermal emissions. Okay. They do seem to have parked quite nicely on the ground. I don't know. The undercarriages actually do look like they're there, which is. So this is the top of the asp, which has got a small ship kit on it. So they've obviously thought that commanders will walk all over their ships because they are coping with the fact that we're walking all over quite well. So that's a good thing. I don't know. Can we stand up? This is a ship kit. I wonder if the ship kits are done properly in the sense that you can jump on them. No. You fall through the ship kits. Drew in front of asp. Yes, of course. Yes, I should take a picture because there we go. There's us in front of an asp. There we go. Ta-da! There's going to be a lot more of those. Coming your way. Well, look, there's a whole bunch of people. Everybody's standing in front of an asp. There we go. So that's quite good. Well, that it looks so good. It looks okay. I'm no complaints about that. Of course, being an abandoned, an empty moon, there's not. See, this is the thing. Without any plants, okay, exploration-wise, okay, so there's pretty stuff to look at, which is nice. There's rocks, and I'm not expecting there to be anything else here than rocks. It's a lifeless moon, so there shouldn't really be anything here. But what's interesting here is that the scientist in me is going, hang on, this rock over here, okay, look, this rock over here is very, almost chalky, okay, in the sunlight, right? And presumably that Sol is, where's Sol? Where's the light coming from? Where's the star? Where's the sun? According to that, the shadow's over there. So where's the star? Is it? It must be one of those. And it's so small. It's not bright enough. That's why because there's a really strong shadow, but and one of those stars up there is casting it, but it doesn't. The sun should be way, way brighter than that. It's presumably that one, I'm guessing, but that doesn't look right, does it? So that there needs to be a much brighter main star than that. But anyways, to go back to the point, so that rock looks a bit chalky, which of course it can't be because chalk is formed in the presence of water. And this one looks more like a quartz. So that looks really nice. Now I want to get out my science tool, my science analyzer thing, and do some science on this rock. But of course, I don't have it. I don't. Does the science analyzer allow me to do anything to a rock? It's just a genetic sampler, isn't it? So I can't do any science. Is it reflected? Is it reflected planetary light? That's a good question. It shouldn't well, maybe it is. Is Jupiter? Let's just stand in the shadow because if we stand there, the top of the thing will be... No, it's not Jupiter. Jupiter's way up there. That can't be the shadow that's being cast here. It's not planetary light. It's coming from one of those stars up there. That's the direction of... In fact, look, if you look at the tool I'm holding, it literally just gets a glare there. So it's definitely something up there that's casting the shadow. Why can't I? I've got no composition to. What is this rock? That's the. It'd be nice if it just said that's quartz or that's, I don't know, all the clever names now. And because they've put some fairly decent work into the textures here. That doesn't look at all bad. That looks quite like a rock. So I'd like to see some stuff and be able to interact with it, but I don't think any of these tools. So there's a profile analyzer, but that doesn't do anything. The genetic sampler doesn't do anything. By the way, can the other NPCs see the tool I've got out, as it were? So I suppose I'm asking Commander Lancel. I don't know if she's in the chat, but check the rock for bounties. Yeah. Oh yeah. So you can actually see each other's piece of equipment, as it were. Try not to sound like an innuendo there. Okay, so that does work. That's quite good. Okay, and you can see people using their jetpacks, and so jumping over rocks is a thing. There we go. So everyone jump over the rock. But yeah, I want to analyse this rock, but we can't analyse the rock, which is a bit annoying. So if I get my gun out, does that? I can fire at it. I can shoot bits off. Look, that's quite good, but to no avail, it would seem. I can blast a rock. That's the thing. It leaves black stains on the rock, so I can carve my initials on Europa. Excellent. I'm going to do that. Apart from the fact it's not shooting in a straight line. Oh, that's annoying. Why doesn't it shoot in a straight line? I can't write a neat signature. That was supposed to be a D. It runs out of ammo fast, this thing, doesn't it? Well, it's not going to... Well, anyway, there I left my mark on Europa. Not a very good mark, but I left a mark. So, I wonder how persistent that is. It seems to be pretty persistent, doesn't it? So, that's a shooting mark. Try aiming. Oh, okay. Hang on, let's try that. How do I aim? That's that one. Ah, okay. So, right. I'm still jumping about like a jumpy thing. Why is it? Hang on a minute. This is a laser gun. Why has a laser gun got recoil? Because look, it's jolting in my hand as I'm firing. That doesn't make any sense at all. Why is it? It's easy to control. It's still got some recoil. Why has a laser gun got recoil? Unless it isn't a laser gun. It sounds like a laser gun. Right, so there's the you're running out of ammo. It's not going to be a very convincing W, but it's close enough. There we go. Look, DW was here. So look, my friends, you can you can make your mark on the universe at last in Elite Dangerous. You can't scan it. You can't dig it up, you can't carry it home, you can't mine it, you can't do anything with it, but you can carve your initials in it. Nobody defaced my graffiti. Can everybody else see that? That's great. Why has a laser gun got recoil? Oh dear, come on, Frontier. I can't shoot at the ground. That's interesting. Or have I run out of ammo now? I've just run out of ammo. TW was here. Ah dear. Let's just. Is that persistent? I'm interested to know if that's persistent. So if I go around, it is. It seems to be. If I go around the other side of the rock, lots of holes in the other side of the rock. Is it remained? It has. Look. I wonder if I fly away and come back down again, it will still be there. there's going to be cockleballs all over the. Yeah, there are, aren't they? But at the moment, I mean, other people must have already figured out you could do that. Basically, the only interacting with the environment we can actually do is graffiti. That's a little bit tragic, but quite funny. I've run out of photons. Yeah, I relog to menu and see. Shall I do that? Let's do that. Let's go back to the menu. I'm just going to pop out and come back in again. Just out of sheer morbid curiosity. Okay, private session group. Yeah, Drew Wager. The Drew Wager private group. Drew Wager does not yet exist in the universe. Why is a laser gun got recoil? Assuming it is a laser gun. It was a laser gun, wasn't it? It wasn't the other one that's got the. Oh well, there we go. It's a strange universe. It'll be there till Thursday and then vanish. See if I can get back in again. Just see if my graffiti. Oh, oh no! It's transport. It's obviously gone. No, you're not supposed to be in Seoul. It's transported me back to wherever it was. Where am I now? Savitskaya Vision. Where's that? You're not supposed to be in Seoul. Frontier have told me off. Devs are onto me. They've transported me back. Not supposed to be doing that. Defacing a historic moon in the Sol system. Very, very bad behaviour. Told to attempt no landing here. Instant. So look, teleport is a thing in the Elite Dangerous universe. Okay, so relog all death puts you back in the. Shame we didn't know that. But, oops. Ah dear. Never mind. Go back and check the graffiti. Maybe that's why I've only got 20 minutes left of the stream. I don't know if I can get back to Seoul that fast. Ah dear, that was quite funny. Right. Right. So where are we? Ah dear. Galaxy maps. Okay, so this is we're back in. Oh, it is nervy. Oh, we're back in the nervy system. It's all over there. Ah, that's a kind of a shame. Well, let's have. Let's see. Let's go and see. Now, have any of these planets got a bit more interesting in the meantime? Is the question, because they're all pretty dull, really. So that one, what's this one? Nervy 2D. That one looks a bit more interesting, but it's still quite a bland-looking planet. It's going to be a downer for the first first minute of the room. Poof, you get teleported back. Get the teammates to stay there and hold the instance till you get back. So guys, need to. That's. I want to know. Does my graffiti stay permanent? Right. Let's. I think we've got to try that. In fact, no, I'll never find that rock again. No, that's the problem. Unless everybody's still parked there. So, is there anywhere pretty and interesting we can go? That has got an interesting looking star, because Torino is where we are. Prism system. Can we get to the prism system? No. Okay, so that's that range. Nowhere. Basically, there's nowhere interesting to go, is there? Places like that should be interesting because they've got a red star, but I don't know if there's any. So you can find the rock we have left in longer. I suppose we could go back. Yeah. It's easy to find. It'll be the one with your name on it. I hope they. I hope that they aren't. I'm pretty sure they can't be persistent, because there's no way they're going to store that information. Surely, because otherwise, everywhere you go in the galaxy, there's going to be "True was here," stenciled across all the rock. You know that historic first footfall thing. It's not going to be that, is it? It's going to be It's going to be graffiti. Dear. Yeah, keeping every player-generated mark in the world would be impossible. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure you're right. Funny though. But it's slightly tragic then, in the sense I can't interact. That rock was quite interesting to me because it looked like a piece of quartz. So I would quite like to be able to interact, find out what is that rock made of. I mean, as an explorer, you know, if you find an unusual looking rock for whatever reason, it would be fun to be able to analyse the rock, and you can't do it. The only things you can analyse are the weird planty stuff. So, which is a bit of a shame, really. So there we go. Right, is there any of these? So I don't know if any of these planets are. We can go to them. Okay, there's no populations there. There's no economy. Any suggestions? Some geolocated bookmarks. Yeah, that would be good. Drew was here. Go find a rocky outcrop and blast it. I'm just trying to think of somewhere. Okay, so there's people who live. That's an M. Okay, that's an M red dwarf star. There are some people there. Is there any system missions? Where's the option to get some system data? Doesn't seem to be an option. By trending, what's that? By trending trade data. No, I don't want that. Focus system, copy system name. I actually want to know what's in the system, but I can't. It seems. Yeah, and the geo bookmarks would be handy. Okay, so let's. I'm just going to buy myself an SRV because I don't think I've got one. Have I? No. Starports. No, don't want to launch. Let's just go to outfitting, get an SRV. Yeah, outfitting. Ship load out. Purchase a vehicle bay first, okay. Pantry vehicle hangar. Let's go and put a SRV in there. Okay. Right, let's launch then. Let's see if we can go to yeah, we need quantum computing or something like that. Quantum computing. That could be fun. Right, so I got mysteriously teleported back out of Sol. At least we've proved we could get to the Sol system. So at least that's something we can play around with in future stuff. Well, let's see. To go somewhere where there's a planet with an interesting atmosphere. Oh, Commander Engallo's made it to Akinar. Oh, well done. Awesome. By combinations of synthesis injection and ridiculously long jump ranges and stuff. That's quite impressive. So did you get there by going down to the bottom of the currently inhabitable bubble? Yeah, so that's right. You want to be able to bookmark. I mean, I suppose you can write down the latitude and longitude, but that's a bit of a faff, isn't it? May not have the. So, I mean, do we know when the alpha's closing? Actually, that's a good question. It has been. I mean, it has been quite good fun to play with it, but I don't know. I don't know whether it's really sold the game or not. If you know what I mean. Have they found and squashed a lot of bugs because of all of our silly antics? I don't know. Let's have a look at. Okay, so what we got in this system? Have we got anywhere we can land? I want a moon with an atmosphere. See, this is the thing I keep finding with this, is that all the interesting places are always off limits. There are no planets with atmospheres here that we can actually go and land on. Which is just a bit dull, so that's no good. I want an interesting planet with an atmosphere I can land on. where is Achenar, by the way? Okay, so it's kind of over that way. I can go that way. Let's just sort of head in that general direction then. Mr. Wago, I've been adding some orchestra to our song. Excellent. Yes. We are working. Well, actually, I'm not, but Low Earth Orbit is working on some musical stuff. Top secret for now, but it's quite good. Does seem like a lot of bugs and other issues have been acknowledged and targeted. Well, that's good. So it ends on the 5th of May. Okay, so then we've sort of got 2 weeks of, well, kind of waiting, I suppose. Okay, so this ends on the 5th. When is the 5th of May? That's next Friday? No, next Wednesday, isn't it? That means we'll have to think of something else to do next week. Can't ask. So we should do some, yeah. In the last 50 minutes, we should do some stupid stuff then, because the alpha, if that means it's ending on the 5th, yeah. So next week it's going to be closed, isn't it? I'm not going to be able to play. Well, we have done quite a lot of stupid stuff already. Right? Have we got? Oh, there's a planet with. There we go. There is a moon with an atmosphere. So all the interesting places you want to go to, you can't go. That one has got an atmosphere. So both of those. Only that one actually. What does this planet look like? So it's got an atmosphere. Okay, so it's got some potentially interesting terrain, maybe. Let's go and have a look, shall we? Because we're running out of time a little bit anyway. Let's go and have a look at this one. Sorry, I should have clicked on it. There we go. Bum, straight to release. It's pretty fast, isn't it? Now I know we've been talking about this alpha thing, and I don't know, because so this game that we're playing, this branch as they call it, has been sort of cut off from the mainstream for about 2 months now. So there could be all sorts of interesting changes being made to the mainstream that we don't know about. And clearly, quite a lot of the content, hopefully, and quite a lot of some of the funky advanced technology hasn't been made available. So that's good. So more stuff is coming. But how different is the main game going to be from this? This is the question that's interesting. NPC will also notice tool modes and shoot you. Okay. So I don't know. I am a bit concerned, but I don't know. I mean, we just don't know enough about it, do we? Historically, the first few weeks have always been a little bit of a disaster when a new version comes out. And that's not really to be mean to Frontier. That's just an observation of what's happened in the past. Right. Okay. So this is us approaching. We had a bit of a bloom there across the planet. So there's an atmosphere. Okay, which looks quite nice. Okay, so let's set down on the surface somewhere. Let me turn on. Actually, no, you can follow me in if you're here. So it does look better, doesn't it? The atmosphere's, that's quite nice. Planet lighting and refraction in the atmosphere will change. Okay, so this atmosphere looks like it's a little bit different to this one. Looks almost Martian. So this is something I haven't seen before. A non-purple sky. So let's see what this looks like as we get lower down. Because this almost looks like it's got there's a purple line on the horizon there. So we're going to have to wait and see how. I must admit, I really can't call it how well. How is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Is it going to be well received? The planetary tech stuff is definitely nice, but without extra stuff to do, it is literally sightseeing, which I must admit I do like doing. But is it enough? The FPS on foot stuff. I mean, it was mildly amusing the other week. But I'm not going to be doing much of that. That's just not me. That does look good. That landscape looks pretty impressive. That looks quite, because look, there's a crater there. There's a mountain in the background. There's some little rills here. So it definitely looks nicer. That's a weird kind of colour it's got on the horizon though, like a purple line almost. as we're coming into the ground. This kind of rocky outcrop thing seems to be very common everywhere. Now I'm hoping that will be something that we get a bit more variation on, but I'm quite keen to see. I'm going to see if I can land on the rim of this crater over here. But so again, it's purple sky, but this atmosphere seems to be a little bit thicker than some of the other stuff that we've been doing. It does look quite pretty, doesn't it? I mean, not spectacularly pretty, but pretty enough. Let's see if we can get down to the edge of this crater. I'm curious to see, because I've had some. I just want to have a quick play of the SRV as well, because I've had some real problems with the SRV in Odyssey, because the handling of it just seems to be odd. That looks like a very, very symmetrical crater, doesn't it? So we're coming a bit fast there. What's the gravity here? Half a G, so I need to be a bit careful. Okay, so actually this isn't too huge a crater. Let's slow right down. See if we can park the ship on the top of the rim here. Can we get down? It looks pretty rough actually, so is it going to allow it to land here anywhere? There's an odd spot, but not really. Terrain looks really rough here, which is actually quite nice. I'm trying to find a landing spot. There's some smoke there as well. Look, there's little bits of smoke appearing. Oh, now I've just clunked the ship. Let's go up a little bit, because I need to be able to find a landing spot. Let's see if we can find a landing spot. The rocks are sort of appearing in front of me in a weird sort of way, so I don't know if that's I'm not going to find a spot here to land, am I? Nice bright atmosphere though, so that's quite good. So I haven't found anywhere I can land here. It's pretty rough. Is that spot smooth enough? So looking for a place. This does look quite like Mars, doesn't it? So I'm actually quite impressed by this. This looks very Martian. Let's just go over there and see if we can find a spot that's smooth enough to land on. Right, here we go. Okay, this is. There we go. There's a spot. There was a spot. Let's go back a little bit. There we go. So this one does look quite nice. Let's get the SRV out and have a drive around. Even the flat areas are too noisy in this build, which is a proton, will be fixed. Okay, so the textures, the ground textures are a bit too bumpy. Okay, so here we go. Right. Now that's the crater rim over there, isn't it? So it does feel quite Martian. This does. So this is quite nice. So there's looking towards the star. Oh, and then the Commander Sea Dwellers here as well. Let's go and have a look at this crater, because that's the crater rim there. So let's go and have a look over there. And there's little pockets of, is that gas just coming out of the ground for some reason? Again, I want to analyse them. Almost onto Sea Dweller flying through this. So actually the SRV handling here seems to be a bit better. Maybe because the ground isn't too bumpy here. So we're going to get a nice view of the crater rim here. There we go. Oh yes, so that's all right. Quite like that. So there's the crater we saw from orbit, and there we are. Feels a little bit like because I've actually stood on the meteor crater in Arizona, and it does look quite like that actually. So yeah, that's the gas is analysable. So how do I analyse the gas then? Yeah, I'm not convinced on the plants, I have to say. Let's go down here. Oops, where rock? Careful of the rocks. Now that just sort of materialised in front of me. This is a problem at the moment. When you're going at quite high speed, then the rocks don't always appear quickly enough. So this is a relatively small crater, which is nice. So so we can kind of get down to the bottom of it. Doing usual SRV stuff. How do you analyse the gas then? Frame rate has gone. Yeah, so I think my PC's working hard again. A gas analyzer. Is that suit equipment that we can buy? I mean, that would be quite cool. A gas analyzer. Oh, it's gone to a slideshow. Sorry, there's something about the alpha that's definitely affecting my PC at times. It's okay here on my screen, but it seems to be mucking about with OBS at the same time. Stream swapped out for PowerPoint, so yeah, so apologies for that. I don't think there's a great deal I can do about it. Maybe if I jump out of the ship, just disembark, just have a wander around. So there's me and my unsafe. So analysing gravity, atmosphere, yes. Surface temperature is 436 Kelvin. Ouch. Okay, that's a ship over there. Does feel quite like the surface of Mars, I have to say. It was the bio tool. Yes, apologies for the slideshow now. I'm not quite sure what's causing that. There we go. Hopefully it's coming back. I don't know if that's my internet or actually my frame rate seems to recover myself, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Am I recording? Yes, I am recording the stream. So if you're able to watch it on YouTube after the event, it should be fine. So apologies for glitches as we're transmitting. Now, okay, so is that my ship? 1.25 kilometers away. Let's see if I can get back to my ship. And go from there. I'm in the midst of a really big rock field now. But it does have a feeling of a Martian surface, this place, wherever we are. So that God, ow. These rocks are hard to... The ground is rough, and there are a lot of rocks about, which I'm not so bothered about as long as it is traversable, at least some of the places, because then I suppose there's a little bit of a challenge to driving around. You know, you've got to think about which way you're going and stuff. So a little bit of difficult terrain isn't necessarily too bad, as long as it's not difficult all the time. Frame rate might be OBS and game competing for, yeah, maybe I'm just running out of memory. It felt like the computer was doing some, sort of swapping to disk. So maybe it was struggling a little bit there. It seems to be okay again now. So anyway, there's my ship again. So yeah, so it's okay. Okay again. Now let's park the... I'm just going to go here towards it. Let's park the SRV in front of the... So now we can park things in front of things, can't we? There we go. I'm going to try and do an atmospheric-y shot. Let's park in some smoke. Is the smoke persistent? Does it stay in a... Whoa, now it really crashed. Ooh. Look at that. Actually, so entering that dust cloud, the FPS is... Oh, that's awful. It's just... It's crashed but nothing. Oh, that's gone horrible. Yeah. It really is hammering my PC now. Okay, let's calm down again now. Let's just disembark. Still fade to black, of course. Oh, it's really struggling. Analysing the gas. I don't know how the analysing gas works, so unless somebody can tell me how to do it. But there, yeah, here's a thing. Okay, so there's my let's just walk back a little bit. There's my SRV. There's my crate in front of some stuff. Oh, no, I need F4, don't I? Is it F4? Yeah. No, I'll be that one. There we go. No, I've just disappeared into the ground. Back. There we go. So that there's our ultimate sense of scale. Hopefully, anyway, with a reasonably not too tenuous atmosphere, I would say. So there is. Let's see if I can just get her separate from the SRV. There's a sense of scale. The shadows are still working. And there's almost, look, actually, what's that in the sky? Are those clouds? Or are they... Look, there is some stuff actually floating in the sky. So, are they actual clouds? That's not the galaxy backdrop, is it? In a weird sort of way, doing things. And even the DBX there is casting a slight shadow in the sky, which is quite nice. Can you see that in that direction? I wonder if those are persistent and they'll stay there if I take off in the ship. We need to go and investigate for science. Okay, I'm going to try and get back into the ship. Yeah, there's definitely some things hanging about in the sky. So let's go back into the ship. Oh, here's another thing. Can I leave the SRV behind? What happens if I go to my ship and leave the SRV behind? Do I have to get back? Ah, it looks like I have to get back into the SRV. I can't leave the SRV behind. I have to get back into the SRV to get back into the ship, it would seem. Which I suppose sort of makes sense. Right, so they are being persistent. Right, let's see if they stay. See if they stay. There. Hold. How do I? Board. There we go. Just get up into the ship. Entrances at the front. You can. It was just at the wrong point. Oh, okay. So sorry, I could. Okay. So I can take off and leave my SRV behind, can I? That's quite cool. Right. So there's some space clouds or something. Let's just see if we can fly over to a space cloud or an atmospheric cloud. Is that a real atmospheric cloud that's hanging above the horizon there or not? Yeah, they are. Look. Oh no! Now they're disappearing. That's a bit of a shame. Let's see if we can fly through one. Because look, they're just as we get close, they're disappearing, which is a bit annoying. That's kind of it's a blob of cloud. No, and they've just disappeared as I approach. That's a shame. And there's another slightly bigger one over there. But as you get close to them, they disappear. That one sort of works. There you go. That one sort of worked. Okay. Weird. So, what have we learnt? There's definitely a lot of eye candy. There's shy clouds. There's definitely a lot of eye candy. It does look nice. And it's always going to look better. I mean, they do good jobs on that sort of thing. I think the ships are improved. I think that's good. The exploration content thus far, to me, is the biggest disappointment. We can just scan a few. We can just scan a few plants, and those don't even look to be procedurally generated. So even if they've chucked a whole stack load of those in there, there's just not going to be that much variety, is there? After a time, so that and not being able to analyze too much other stuff, that's a bit of a shame. There is a lot of optimization left to do in terms of the graphics, that's for sure. The interior of the space station is very samey. We may not have seen all the variety. I think that's the big thing, is have they switched off a lot of the variety for testing purposes? We know they've switched off a lot of the colours and the terrain. Is there more variety to come in space station interiors and things like that? Who knows? Is there more variety to come in the outposts? I think that's been confirmed that there is. Are we going to get ship interiors? Doesn't seem like it. So it's definitely a step forward, and I think going back to Horizons without this, and I don't know how much of this is going to cut across to Horizons anyway, because we're going to get the menu, aren't we? Are we going to get the planet tech in Horizons, or just from a non-atmospheric planet's perspective? I don't know. Maybe. So to sum up, it's a pretty update and an FPS strap-on. Very little for us who aren't in FPS. Yeah, so there isn't enough exploration content. If you look at it from there's there's a few nice extra bits. I like the planet surfaces. They look good. They look more realistic. There's more variety, which I think is good. Is it the thing is, the reason I've got it on this account is this is my Kickstarter account. I've had this account for right from the beginning, so this is my first ever account. It's not the one I play most in anymore, but it is my. That's the reason I've got the alpha access, is because it's my Kickstarter account. In order to play some of the other stuff I want to do, I'm going to have to buy Odyssey. So the question I'm asking myself is it worth buying it at the moment, or shall I just use this account to go and look at pretty stuff? That looks really rough down there, doesn't it? It does. I mean, look at that. That looks really good. There's the star sort of straight ahead of us. That does look good. And the surfaces over there look like interesting places to go, but you do know ultimately that there's nothing down there but more procedurally generated rocks. This is the problem. I mean, here's a nice mountain range, and to get pretty pictures of things, it's going to be fabulous. The ground, the textures of the ground are much more interesting. Apart from the fact I've just crashed my ship. Oops. Well, there we go. That's the end of the alpha. Oops. I must admit, I am going to wait. I'm going to wait until the launch. I certainly won't be buying it in advance. Okay, I certainly won't be buying it in advance. I'm going to wait till the launch. My son's going to get it because he likes FPS stuff. So I quite like the idea of giving him some covering fire in a ship. That makes sense. But will I get it for my other accounts on release? I don't think I will. I'm going to wait and see what sort of stuff is out there. Maybe it, on the positive side, it's like there's loads and loads of content that we haven't seen, loads and loads of colours and rock types and plants and analysing stuff that's out there that we can get stuck into all the kind of things. If that's the case, then yeah, I will definitely get it. If it's like 5 or 10% more than what we've seen here, I don't know, I might be tempted to wait for a Steam sale or something. I don't know. What do you guys think? Rebuy ship, get free ship. Let's get my. It doesn't really matter, does it? Because there we go. Right, redeploy. I don't know. I think I have to wait and see. Dead Drew Cowboy. Yeah, I never got to see a Dead Drew Cowboy. I should have tried that. Road Drew was here with a planet on the ship. So it's. I'm as you know, I'm a huge fan of the whole Elite franchise, and I really want to love this as much as possible, but I don't feel they make it very easy. Sometimes. So, is there going to be any story content in here? Is there going to be new Thargoidy stuff? Let's hope there is, but I don't know. It's good. It's interesting, but it's not compelling enough at the moment. I'm gonna wait to see. Maybe it's the new stuff is going to be drip fed into it over time. Like the original release of Elite, where we started off with very basic stuff, and then we got engineers, and we got power play and CQC and everything else. Maybe it's going to be like that. But is it better than Horizons? Yes, it is. There's more to do. So yes, there's more variety. It's nice to get out of your ship and have a wander around and then get back in your ship, but is it fundamentally going to add a lot? I don't know. So we're going to have to wait and see, aren't we? But anyway, there we go. They do seem to make some funny choices with the direction of travel they go, and some of the things that they leave out. I would have invested a bit of time doing at least the fade to black transition at the top of a cargo ramp. But there we go. I'm not sure. But anyway, so we have to bid a fond farewell to the alpha then, because by this time next week it will all be gone. So this will be my last alpha stream, because there will be no more alpha. So I hope you've enjoyed yourselves, Commanders. It's been a pleasure as always. So thank you very much for popping along. Hopefully it's given you a feel for the sort of things that we can expect to see when the full thing comes out, and also a sense of what the thing's going to be about. It's always good fun. So anyway, thank you very much for your company. I hope you've had fun. Take care, my friends. Have a good week. And if you're about on Saturday, of course, I'll be doing my retro stream of Frontier First Encounters, which is quite amusing, to be fair. But that's an elite game with a big story running through it. So in some ways, I prefer that, because it feels like something's happening. The problem with Elite Dangerous has always been that it's been vast and empty-ish, and it requires us to put all our content in. But hey, there we go. So anyway, farewell to Alpha. Farewell to that for me. So the next time we see, we'll probably be back in the ordinary game again. And yes, the thinking and planning for Elite Retribution Season 2 is underway, but I do want to include Odyssey in that somehow, so we'll have to see if I can figure out how that's going to work. Anyway, my friends, you take care of yourselves. I will see you soon. Be good. Have a great weekend. See you on Saturday if you're going to be around. Otherwise, right on, Commanders. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye for now.